Smith has been removed for the good of the prison. As far as Mrs. Davidson's concerned, well, that wasn't my decision. There's nothing I can do about it.
You better think of something.
This isn't getting you anywhere, Bryant.
We're barricaded in here. You can't get in and we're not coming out. And we're on a hunger strike. And we'll stay on it until we see B and Mrs. Davidson. So you better do something about it quick, Fletch. Because a hunger strike ain't gonna look too good to the department.
Hey, you in the shower yet?
No, why?
Someone at the door.
Oh, my God, it's my parole officer.
Parole officer? Jeez, a pro is just out of the jug. This is my lucky day.
Here, look, if you go in the bathroom, I'll get rid of her.
Oh, no. No way. You're not worth this much trouble. I'm getting out.
Well, please, you've got to help me. If she sees you here...
It's too late. She already knows I'm here. I just told her to wait a minute. Some mother you, mate. Some people when they have kids.
You can shut up.
Well? Well, what? Well, who was that man?
Oh, Charlie? Oh, Charlie and I go back years. Oh, there's no harm in looking up an old acquaintance, really, is there, Mrs. Morris?
Just as long as he's not one of your old business acquaintances.
Hey, what do you mean? You don't think I'm back on the game or something, do you?
Frankly, Chrissy, yes, I do.
Yeah, well, I'm not, see? I might be hard up, but I'm not that broke.
I had a visitor this morning.
Yeah?
Derek.
I'm not interested.
Chrissy, your father's in hospital. He's not expected to live.
Good riddance.
So Derek's attitude was almost the same. He knows how you feel and he wants you to think about that offer if your father dies.
You can tell him to take a long run and jump.
Chrissy, he's genuine. He seems to really care about you and Elizabeth. Otherwise, why would he go to all this trouble?
Guilty conscience, maybe? Look, I don't need him and neither does Elizabeth, all right?
Child welfare may just declare you an unfit mother if I happen to mention Charlie on my report.
You wouldn't. That's blackmail.
Maybe. But someone's got to look after your interests, and I happen to think you're passing up a very worthwhile offer of help.
Screws, you're all the same, aren't you? Once a bloody screw, always.
Chrissy, all I want you to do is go and see Derek and get to know him better. I think you'll be surprised.
And you won't mention... Will you come with me?
No, I'm sorry. I've got to go back to Wentworth. Besides, you don't need me. He is your brother.
Yeah.
Surely you're not going to leave them there.
What do you suggest?
Well, the Pentridge officers are here. Why not force them out?
With hydraulic rams, I suppose.
If necessary.
No, that way we just wreck the cell and we can't lock them up again. No, I don't think so, Vera. They're not going anywhere. Let starvation do the job for us. If they're not out by lunchtime, they will be by dinner.
As you wish.
Now, I want word passed to all the officers. There's to be no comment to the press. There'll be no visitors. The less publicity this thing gets, the sooner it'll be over.
What about Birdsworth? She can't very well work in the laundry on her own.
No, give her the day off. Now, Ted, Jim Fletcher here. Now, apart from officers, there's to be no one allowed through the gate without my permission. Except Mr. Douglas, of course. Right.
Shall I lock her in her cell?
Who?
Birdsworth.
No, I tell you what. Let her roam around the building. Let her talk to the others. You never know. She might be able to persuade them to give up.
Hey, they've given Lizzie the row of the place. I wonder why they haven't locked her up.
Yeah.
I bet it wasn't Vinegar's idea, and there's no way the old bugger isn't up to something. Hey, maybe we could get her to pinch some more food for us.
You know, I've been thinking that. Give us a hand to move this furniture. If she's going to pinch things, we have to make her able to give it to us.
Yeah. You know, we weren't too bright, you know. I mean, 2 packets of biscuits and a block of chocolate. It's not what you'd call good planning.
Well, we had to get them while they were angry. I mean, if they had time to think about it, they probably wouldn't have helped us.
Yeah, I suppose. Door. Jude. What are you doing?
Looks as though the screws have forgotten about me. They said I didn't even have to work.
There's not much point, is there?
Open it.
Oh, Jude, why don't you give it up? You can't beat 'em. It'll only make things worse.
Lizzie, they shanghaied me. We've got to show them that they can't do that to us. What's up with you? You've never been scared of a fight before.
It was always a bit of a giggle before, but this time it's dead serious. Them screws from Pentridge are talking about bashing the door down and dragging you out.
Lizzie, we've gone this far. Now, we can't back down. I mean, everyone's in it together. Come on, won't you help us?
But this isn't a game anymore. Oh, I'm too old for all this.
Maybe she's right, Jude. What good is it all going to do?
You know, I wish there was just some way we could get to the newspapers.
Morning, Ted.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris, I can't let you in.
What?
Governor's orders. No one but officers.
I'm sure Mrs. Davidson didn't mean me. Could you find her?
Well, Mr. Fletcher's acting governor at the moment, but I'll check. I'll just let Mr. Douglas in. Good morning, Mrs. Morris.
Oh, good morning, sir. Seems I've been locked out.
Really? I'm sure there's a mistake there. I'll authorize Mrs. Morris to care for a lift.
Oh, thank you. What's going on?
Oh, a minor spot of trouble. We decided to transfer B. Smith to Barnhurst, and the women decided they didn't like it.
I can imagine.
Breakfast, Smith. Breakfast? Good, it must be nearly lunchtime.
We thought you'd like a sleep in after your midnight trip. Come on, Frida. You'll have plenty of time to meet the infamous B. Smith later.
What's with her?
Evidently, your reputation has arrived ahead of you. Some people are impressed by that. I'm not.
Fair enough. Is this it, or do I get out of here?
Well, think about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mrs. Roberts.
Mrs. Roberts, you wouldn't happen to have a match by any chance, would you?
Smoking's a health hazard, you know.
Yeah, well, I like to live dangerously.
Is that so? That's a habit we discourage here at Barnhurst.
Oh, no. Another bloody Vera.
Yes. You must be Brenda.
Yes?
I'm Chrissy. I'm Derek's sister.
Oh. You'd better come in then.
Tom.
Have a seat. Derek's not here at the moment. He's at the hospital with your father.
Yeah, I heard he was sick.
Derek's told me about you.
Oh, yeah? We had our differences as kids. You know what brothers and sisters are like, fighting all the time.
You've been in prison.
Yeah.
Murder, wasn't it?
Manslaughter. Yeah, they gave me this psychiatric report that said I'd lashed out in anger.
Psychiatric?
Yeah. Well, you got to be mad in the first place, really, ain't you, to get caught?
Excuse me. Hello, 1193621. Yes, love. Oh. You okay? All right. See you when you get home. That was Derek. Your father died 15 minutes ago.
I suppose I ought to feel different somehow.
Why? 'Cause the old bastard's dead? I don't. I'm surprised you looked after him all them years.
Yeah, well, I just felt sorry for him, I suppose. He went to pieces after Mum died. Anyway, look, we got the future to look to now, haven't we? Have you thought any more about what I asked you?